Introduce Tane, a youth student from Mansfield.
Thank you. I was wondering, what exactly is your role in our community, as in Mansfield or the Benalla area and all?
Well, I'm the State Member of Parliament for the Benalla electorate, and that includes the Mansfield community. And my role is to be your voice in Parliament, and that means representing everyone in the electorate. It means young people, older people, people that are out there earning an income, people that for some reason may not be able to do that. But each and every person counts, and young people in particular count because you are our future.
How can you participate in our democracy?
Well, I, as your local member, am available to talk with, listen to everyone in my community. So if someone, and particularly young people, want to contact me, they can do so by telephone, email, by my website. But what I encourage young people to do when they make contact, what I encourage people to do when they're making contact is to crystallise their thoughts and preferably put it to me in writing, email or snail mail, so that I can have a look at the issues, and that enables me, when I engage with them, to already have an understanding of the issues and take the next step in addressing those. And very often we can point you in a direction where you can get specific help, whether it's fundraising for a project that's going to be of benefit to young people, such as a skate park upgrade, or if there's a need to help with some counselling services, again, we can point you in the right direction. So my job is helping people solve their problems and taking advantage of the opportunities that are in front of us all.
So what are some issues that you are currently working through with youth in our area at the moment?
Well, we've got a couple of issues on the go at the moment. One is looking at attracting and retaining young people in agriculture, and there's a parliamentary inquiry being undertaken, and it visited Mansfield only a couple of weeks ago. It's being chaired by my colleague, Mr. Paul Weller, who is uncle of Nicole, who's interviewing us today. But in addition to that, we're also looking at ensuring that young people in country Victoria have adequate opportunities for education, because at this stage we know that the Year 12 completion rate by country young people is much less than for their city counterparts, and equally the uptake of tertiary education by young people is much lower for country young people compared with their city counterparts. So we're addressing those, but along the way we also need to make sure that people can feel part of the community, and that's where we will support the e-cafe and other youth initiatives in Mansfield and other communities.
On your way up to becoming our representative, was it hard or was it fairly easy to get into where you are now? Yeah.
There's very few things in life that are easy. My story is that I'm a farmer by love, a veterinarian by training, and a politician by an error of judgment. But having made that error of judgment, I intend doing the best I can. And so I contested in the year 2000 and I lost. And I thought about giving up, but I contested again in the year 2002 because I didn't want to die wondering. I wanted to serve my community, and I didn't want to be remembered as a loser. So I've now been in the job for nearly 9 years. It's not easy. You're forever working outside your area of competence, but I find that a challenge, and I find it particularly rewarding when I deal with a wide cross-section of people, and the strength of community spirit, the preparedness of people to help each other, particularly in country communities during the tough times we've had, is really, really encouraging. So I'm there to help our communities get a better deal and to basically narrow the social disadvantage gap between country people and our city cousins.
So you've spoken a lot about the sports people in Mansfield, but what about the other people like into arts and music and all that? How do you help them?
That's a good question. I do come from a sporting background, and I recognise involvement in sport and sporting clubs is really good for young people. But I also know that involvement of any club and any group activity is good for young people. And so if people are involved in a band or some other activity that, one, enables them to express their talent, but secondly involves working together, then I think that's brilliant. So what we try to do is help our wider group of young people. There's often government grants available for young people involved in music, theatre, and I make young people and other members of the community aware of what those grants are, and I will put in letters of support and I will lobby to help those things being achieved. If we look at Benalla, for example, I made a commitment to the young people to deliver a skate park as part of getting elected into government this year, and I will deliver on that later this year. In Mansfield, I'm a strong supporter of the e-cafe and the community radio, which I think there are some young people involved as interviewers there, and I helped get the money together and I helped fund the technology to interview people on the phone. So I now do a fortnightly interview on Mansfield Community Radio, but we've also made available computers for community groups, including young people. So it's a range of things. Some of them are big ticket items, but more often it's just letting people know that we're there and we can help and point people in the right direction. But certainly, as I've said earlier, young people are our future, and I want to be part of ensuring that our young people have the best opportunities available, and that means accommodating a range of interests, the opportunity to achieve to their potential, whether that's in a sporting arena, whether it's music, whether it's theatre, whatever. I've never ceased to be amazed about the range of talent that we have amongst our young people in country Victoria, and I want to encourage and support people achieve to their highest potential.
So did you help the funds that came through Mansfield for the PA system and musical equipment that are available to kids who want to use them?
I specifically help with funding for being able to do radio interviews for people not in the studio. The other funding activity, I wasn't directly involved in that one, but that's an example of where the community comes together. One of the things we've got available looking forward is that in government we have committed around about $2 million to the Mansfield Shire over the next couple of years for local government infrastructure, and the local government will decide how that is spent based on community preferences. So young people have a chance to have their voice heard, to put their issues up and become priorities. In addition to that $2 million, there'll be another around about $2 million for other community-based projects. So again, if young people can find their voice and speak up, they will be heard, and projects that are important to them will get funded as we go into the next 3 or 4 years.
Are you willing to help the youth in Mansfield and the rest of the Benalla area?
Of course I'm going to help all of the youth in the Benalla electorate, including the Mansfield young people, because you are our future.
Awesome.